Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayshawn and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another video. Based on the title, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. And because I got my handy dandy phone in my hand, y'all know that it is an Askkay. Alright, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kayshawn with 3 E's. Y'all go follow me. I'm trying to run up all my numbers, okay? All my numbers everywhere. The numbers on here, the numbers there, the numbers in my bank account, any numbers. I'm trying to run the bitches up. So make sure y'all following me and make sure y'all are subscribed, okay? Without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Let's go. Oh, and y'all already know. I forgot to say it in the intro, but y'all already know. Same, different. That's right. Same outfit, different content. Y'all already know the drill, okay? But alright, y'all. So, boom. Y'all know how I like to start my story times off. We are doing an Askkay today, and I already got one pulled up, so let's go ahead and hop right into it, okay? So, this one is titled Anonymous Storytime / What Would Kay Do? The Troublemakers. Good day, Ma. I hope all is well with you. First and foremost, I'd like to share my appreciation for you and your content. I genuinely enjoy it, and I do wish the best for you along the way. Well, thank you so much, love. Nevertheless, I like to share a story about a particular moment that occurred during my sophomore year of high school. I like the way you type already. Like, you sound very, sophisticated. I like that. Although it's been a while, I can't cease to not relieve the intense emotion that surrounds this moment. Tell me about it. There was this individual, let's call him Michael, who I had a mutual crush on, or so I thought. It later was revealed that, contrary to our mutual feelings for each other, he had gotten into a relationship with someone that I knew. We'll refer to her as Julie. I was hurt about this, but I didn't have any bad feelings towards him. I bottled my emotions and proceeded to confront him about it in a respectful manner. I shared that if he had feelings for another person, he could have told me beforehand, and I would have respected that. He was genuinely the first individual that I had at the time considered as someone I wished to build a future with. Damn, in your sophomore year of high school? Listen, wait, chill out. Hold up now. I know we all think we in love back then, but listen. It is high school and we are teenagers, okay? I was heartbroken about the news, and it was a struggle to get over it, but I had to remind myself that I am loved and that I shouldn't cry over anyone who doesn't share the same feelings that I do for them. Period. After the confrontation, we stopped talking for a while before rekindling our friendship. I made sure that there were boundaries placed for myself and for him. However, it seemed as though, regardless of these boundaries being implemented, he made certain to express his interest in me. I am not fond of the idea of one being unfaithful to their partner. I love the way you talk, girl, or tight, like whatever. I like this. That's a big no-no in my book. With that being said, I was told by many of his close friends that he would make slight hints of his love for me, and his girlfriend was aware of this. It angered me. In fact, I was enraged because I didn't want any problems. I didn't want someone to feel as though I was a stumbling block within their relationship. I shared my thoughts about this and made sure to clarify that there was nothing going on between him and I. As a matter of fact, I started to distance myself from him even more. Months went by and nothing in particular occurred other than the cold shoulder and slight attitude his girlfriend Julie friends would throw at me. We'll refer to them as K and V. Now, why would you give the mean friends my name? Why would you give the troublemakers, the mean friends, my name? Let me find out there's some shade towards me. I'm going to change it from K and V to Tay and V. Because don't get up my name. I ain't do nothing. I didn't care if they chose to dislike me. That's fine with me, as long as they didn't overstep their place. Now, I was on my way to my next class. The hallway was pretty busy, but I made sure to stay at the far left of it to avoid any traffic. As I continued my way to class, I overheard Tay and V walking and talking behind me. They weren't too close, but they weren't far either. As they walked past me, one of them said out loud, "Why don't you move out the fucking way?" So nah, she didn't say the cussing word, but that's how I read it. But they said, "Why don't she move out the way?" before kissing their teeth. I feel like I'm reading a book. Like, this is how people who write books talk. Nobody was behind me but them. The realizations that they were talking about me quickly triggered me and enraged me. I was ready to give them a piece of my mind. It was as if though all of the anger and hurt that I had and tried to bury for good resurfaced like a tsunami. Side note, I'm Jamaican, so whenever I get extremely upset, my patois comes out, okay? I began calling them names and telling them to come and say it to my face. I made my way through the crowd of kids in the attempt to approach them, but they were already in their class. I know that's right, they was scared, huh, girl? But that didn't stop my rage. I yelled, I don't want to talk in your accent for they try to come for me, okay? I yelled, no, I'm not doing that, okay? Because it'll be just my luck that I try to say it the way you typed it in your Jamaican accent and they try to come for me. But basically, she yelled at them and called them names. But she said, which translates to, you think I'm afraid of you, you dirty profanity, bad luck, stinking girl. Come and say it to my face, stinking mouth girl. Let me bust your head open. Damn, well, that escalated. I was ready to send both of them to the hospital. No one had ever seen me this upset or behave like this before. I was considered as the very polite and funny Christian girl, but at the moment, I let anger get the best of me. I was ready to shed blood. A few of my classmates saw how distressed I was and tried to calm me down, but all I saw was red. I tried to remove myself from their grasp, but they held me down and spoke words of wisdom to me in an attempt to encourage me that Tay and V wasn't worth the attention. I thank God for them because they did help me to calm down. And looking back at it, I am disappointed in the way I behave. I don't like the feeling of being provoked to anger to where I feel like I want to cause harm to someone. And at that moment, I couldn't emphasize how much I wanted to see both girls bleed. One thing I learned or was reminded of from this incident is that I shouldn't give people the power to get the best of me. I should hold my head high. I do pray with the hope that both Tay and V are doing well and that they are both safe. But what would you do? What would I do about what, baby? Like, what would I do about, you already did it. And it's not like they continuing to bother you. So you asking me, what should you do? Should you fight them? Should you not? First of all, I think all of this is over exaggerated. Did you, number one, I got a lot of questions. Did you and the boy ever express to each other that y'all really liked each other? Because you just said that you thought y'all had a mutual crush, but you found out that it wasn't mutual. So did he ever even tell you that he liked you back, or did you just assume? And then even after that, if you just assumed that he liked you and you didn't even really know, why would you even be mad and think that y'all need to have a conversation? I mean, after the fact, I know that he did end up liking you, so that's whatever, but you got that mad that two girls walked past you and said you need to move out their way? I mean, granted, that is, I know they wanted a little static, but you was that mad because they said you need to move out their way? And then you going, after you didn't cuss them out, called them every name in the book, want to see them bleed, put them in the hospital, you going to ask me what should you do? I'm not laughing at you, love, because I love you so much for even submitting a story, but I'm just trying to figure out, you already did what you did. Why you ask me what should you do afterwards? You already did it. So if you ask me what you should do now, you should just move on in your life. Like, I mean, you already didn't cuss them out. You seen they went to class, they ain't want no smoke, so there's nothing else that can be done. Okay, girl. Alright, y'all. Y'all already know the drill. We about to do a second Askkay. This one is titled, Do You Think She Tried to Kidnap Me? Hey, Kay. I just wanted to start off by saying that you're so pretty and I love your videos. The first one I ever seen was the one about week. And after that, I was hooked. I've seen all of your videos now, literally. LOL, keep it up, girl. Thank you so much, love. This is about how I think a girl was trying to get me kidnapped or something. Everyone let me know what y'all think. Either way, she definitely weird. Alright, y'all, so boom, because I know how you like to start off your story times, okay? I was 18 at the time, and it was my first job. It was around the holidays, and it was DD's discounts, so they low-key had hella people there because they didn't want to give up no hours for real. Anyways, this other new girl started around the same time I did. Let's call her Wannabe, because she wanted to be so grown when she was also 18, so we really didn't know shit. So me and Wannabe both worked in the back doing stock opening boxes and making sure everything was away on the racks and shelves or whatever. We didn't really have much structure at the DDs I worked at, so we deadass would pick amongst ourselves what section we wanted to do. I always wanted to do men's and accessory because I felt like they were the easiest. So I can bullshit around and be on the phone and talk to the cashiers and security because of how the store was set up. Those two sections were the closest to the front. Wannabe liked to do the men's section because that's where all the men were at. Wannabe was always telling me about what grown men hit on her and wanted her number. Wannabe wasn't ugly. She was just an average looking girl. You know, she just didn't wear makeup. She had a weave in, but you could tell her Levi wasn't blended well. But you could tell she moved with confidence. And she was actually cool as fucking hella funny. Just a tad bit too thirsty, LOL. So one day we're at lunch at a Chinese food spot in the same shopping center as the DDs we worked at. And wannabe is telling me she has a boyfriend and that he's a little older than us. I'm confused because she always telling me about somebody flirting with her and how cute random guys are in the store. Don't get me wrong, I was cool with most of the male co-workers, but they wasn't all that. And the niggas she was so geeked about was stealing from DDs in the Big Five next door, so no. Anyway, she started telling me how they met. Apparently, she was walking home late one night and he stopped her while he was just parked in his car on the street. As I'm listening to the story, I'm trying to not show that I think she's weird as fuck for stopping to talk to this man. But like I said, we 18, so go off. At this point, I made up in my mind the guy is like 20 years old. I don't know why. She proceeds to tell me that he has a truck and that night she effed him in the back seat. I don't actually know how long ago she met him because I didn't ask and she didn't tell me. So I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. And now y'all really together? She tells me, yeah, but he's a little weird and that he's white. I don't know why she told me that, but I feel like it's important to the story. Mind you, we're both black. So our break is over and we go back to work. I don't tell anybody what she told me because, you know, who cares? But I'm talking to my other coworkers a little bit more now because want to be a little weird. But days go by and I'm still talking to her at work like regular. And she asked me if I wanted to go to the mall after work. I'm like, okay, but you want to go home and we could just meet up somewhere? Because I live walking distance of work and I didn't want to go to the mall smelling like I've been at work all day. She was like, no, I'll just wait outside your house. I'm like, okay, well, do you want to come in and I'll just change and I'll shower when I get home because I don't want you to just be sitting outside. Do you want to come in? She was like, no, it's fine. I'll just wait outside. Y'all didn't live in that kind of neighborhood where you could just stand outside and not have somebody try to mess with you. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to just take a quick shower and change and then we can go. So we Uber to the mall, and when wannabe get there, she starts telling me she wants some makeup. It had to be a Friday because we both have money, so we must have just got paid. So we looking around and shopping. I'm trying to help her find her shade of foundation or whatever. She's like, oh, is it okay if I invite my boyfriend? He has a car, so he can just give us a ride home. I'm hesitant, but I'm like, yes. Already knowing where I'm going to have them drop me off because I could have just cut through the back of some stores and went around the front of my house. They would have never seen me go inside. Yeah, she knew where I lived, but I didn't want him to. Looking back now, I realized she could have just told him and they could have kidnapped me like that. But anywho, I'm like, yeah, he can come whenever. So she's like, okay, I'm going to have him come later. You trying to get something to eat from one of the restaurants in the mall? I'm like, yeah, I'm down. So we end up at the Red Robin's and we're just sitting down eating. And she's like, so I want to tell you something before he comes, just so you're not weirded out. Sis, at this point, I'm already ready to leave because why would I be weirded out by your boyfriend? So I asked her, what's up? And she's like, remember I said he was older? I'm like, yeah. She's like, how old did you think he was? I'm like, I mean, I don't know, like maybe 25, the way you talking. Like 25, not old as fuck. I'm 24 now, so she laughed at me. Y'all, she said, no, he's a little older. I'm like, is he 30? She's like, no, he's 45. Bitch, what? I said, 45? Why is he dating you? She's like, it's not a big deal. He's really nice and he's a teacher. I'm like, girl, he's a P word. He's probably nice to all his students. Why she laugh at me again talking about, no, he teaches 3rd grade. He loves his students. But I just met him on the street like he was never my teacher, so it's not weird. She didn't hear it, y'all. She didn't get it at all. We were already eating while we were having this conversation. So by the time it's over, I'm ready to get the check and I'm figuring out how I'm going to get up out of here. I think Uber was around at the time, but I didn't know shit about it. So I probably just didn't have an account. But I remember texting my big sister telling her and she was saying she didn't have any money to get me an Uber home. And she was going to have to tell our parents. Mind you, I was scared for that too because my parents are strict. And I would have gotten in trouble for needing them to pick me up and telling them the situation and being friends with her. Even though that was my first time hanging out with her outside of work. So we're walking around somewhere and I'm stalling because I don't want to meet this dude now. And I don't want to get in trouble. She's asking me why I seem uncomfortable and if it would make me feel better about them giving me a ride home if she drove his car while he was in the back with me. The fuck? No, that wouldn't make me feel better, LOL. I think at this point I realized that I was for sure not getting in the car with them and started texting my mom to come get me. Okay, at this point you said, listen, I'd rather get in trouble than get kidnapped. Okay, I hear that. I remember I was getting in trouble because she was asking me stuff like, why do you need me to get picked up? Why did you go out there and not have a way to get back home? And I'm trying to explain to my mom what's going on without giving away to her that I'm ready to dip. First of all, parents out there, well, I can't tell you how to be no parents because I know I'm not no parent. But if I ever have kids, listen, I am going to be that parent that my child can call me to come get them, no questions asked, especially at that moment. Now, when we get home, I might ask you what's going on, but if my kid ever asks me to come get them, I'm not about to be giving them third degree. Why you go there? Why you do this? Like, I might cuss you out on the way, like, home in the car, but I'm going to come get you. Like, I don't like when parents, well, let me not say I don't like, because I'm not bashing anybody, but I just think it's crazy when parents, like, if your kid is in danger or in a messed up situation and they would rather call you than to, I would rather my kid call me than to stay in a dangerous situation because they scared of getting in trouble. Because what if they didn't call you, and what if she just was like, I'm so scared to call my mama, I'm gonna get in the car with them, and they really do kidnap her or whatever, when all she had to do is call you. Like, I'm not about to be giving my kid the third degree. Like, call me whenever. I don't care if you somewhere you ain't supposed to be. I don't care if you did something you wasn't supposed to do. Call me. Let me come get you. Let me get you out this situation. Let me help you. Like, I would rather that than for you to be scared to call me because you think you're gonna get in trouble. You still gonna get in trouble later, but you know what? I'm gonna come get you, okay? So she tells me she called her boo or whatever. At this point, I'm just waiting on my parents. I didn't live far, but they just don't move with urgency for their children no matter what. So we're here in Forever 21 looking at purses, and she put a crossbody purse over her stomach and asked me, do you think I look pregnant? And I mean, when she pointed it out, she did, but I was like, nah, girl, you don't look pregnant. She knew I was lying because she literally said, you don't have to lie. I am 3 months pregnant, girl. I couldn't help it. I had to ask. I'm like, you're pregnant by a 45-year-old? Why she get mad at me like I'm wrong for asking? Talking about, no, this isn't his baby. I haven't known him that long. What the fuck? Okay, why she get mad at you? Like, she the one, what the fuck, you know? Like, girl. So I'm like, well, does he know? And she tells me nobody knows but me. And that she plans to have the baby by herself, and how her mom lets her make her own decisions and make her own mistakes so she can grow up. I don't think it was working though. So finally my dad ends up coming to pick me up after waiting a little bit more. And on the way home, I'm literally making up reasons for why I had to get picked up. I probably told the half truth because I wasn't even allowed to hang out with boys. Y'all know I was 18. That night, Wannabe hit me up on Snapchat asking me if I wanted to go camping with them for a few days. I obviously said no and told her she shouldn't go either, but I think she did anyways. I stopped talking to her after that night, to be honest. The last time I ever saw her was on Snapchat. She was with some girl, and they were literally recording and laughing at a homeless man for not having any shoes and being dirty. Last I heard, she changed her name, became a stripper, and moved with her daughter. And yeah, that is all. LOL, do y'all think she was trying to kidnap me or set me up? Because I still do to this very day. Sorry if this was long and all over the place. I'm a little effed up submitting the story time. Yeah, girl, because I'm not gonna lie, I cut out probably a lot of pieces, but you had a lot of messed up wording. So don't be tapping me stuff when y'all drunk and high and y'all can't proofread y'all stuff, because it was a little bit hard. Girl, I almost gave up 3 times, but I told myself, can't push through, you need some content. So don't do it again. But to be honest, I don't know if they were trying to kidnap you, but I do think, you was right for feeling how you was feeling. Like, I do think it was a little weird, because why are you telling me not to be weirded out if your boyfriend come? You telling me he 45, he like 18-year-olds. You could ride in the back seat with him. Like, I don't know if she was trying to kidnap you, but I do think she was trying to do some weird shit. So I'm glad you really didn't go in the car, because no 45-year-old should be picking up no 18-year-olds anyways. I know you're 18, you're an adult, you're grown now, it's over 18, all of this. But you're 45 years old. What you want with an 18-year-old? You can only want really one thing for real. So what are you doing with an 18-year-old, So, yeah, I'm glad you didn't get in that car. I'm glad you risked getting in trouble, calling your parents, than to get in the car with these strange men, because who knows? What if he didn't take you home? He could have took you anywhere. So I'm glad you was like, let me use my noggin. Some ain't seeming right. Then why is she pregnant? She pregnant messing with, she over 18, so she wouldn't be pregnant. Cool. But you pregnant messing with a 45-year-old. And then why you laughing at the home? It's just too much going on. But if you ask me, I definitely think you did the right thing by just calling your parents and going home. Now, like I said, I know you said your parents are strict, and I'm not here to judge, but you 18 years old and you can't even talk to a boy. Tell your parents to let up just a little bit. Just a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yes, y'all, that is the end of their story times. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. As always, let's keep the comments respectful. We'll make sure you comment down below, thumbs up this video, and double check to make sure you are subscribed. But y'all already know. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.